Good morning, friends. My name is Teresa. I am with Jeremiah Dreams, and I'm excited to begin becoming live to you on YouTube. I'm making some pivots in my little art business, and so I'm going to be coming live more often here on YouTube. So come on in. I hope that you will get involved in our segment today and enjoy this journey of creating art. I believe that I'm going to have some friends over from my Facebook page joining us this morning. So there hopefully will be some conversation. I'm kind of waiting for a few of them to pop on. They'll usually pop on here before long, but it's kind of a whole new thing with us coming to you on YouTube Live. I have done it before, but it's been a while. So we're just kind of waiting for some of them to pop on. Hopefully they'll be here in a minute. But until then, there's my friend Monica. There she is. So my first friend, there's Miss Joy. Good morning, ladies. Thank y'all for being here with me this morning. It's so much more fun to create and paint with friends than to kind of be out on an island by yourself. So I'm so excited to see y'all here this morning. Thank you for being here. Well, we're going to get started because I'm only going to spend about 45 minutes here today. And this will be broken up into several segments. We will not finish this project today. So I hope you will join me again. I'm so glad you're here, Miss Joy. I hope that you will join us again. I plan to come back. What is today? Tuesday? Thursday. I plan to come back. I think that's right. I have to look at my schedule. So, you guys just please subscribe. If you're not already following me, please subscribe to this channel and you'll be able to receive notifications of when I'm live again or catch the replay. Okay, so who else is here this morning? Oh, thank you for the love, Miss Monica. I'm so glad you're here, sweet friend. So, started on a brand new project, and I'm going to go ahead and bring in my other camera, and I'm going to pull my light down just a little bit so that hopefully you can see. And actually, I think I want to kind of minimize. Hold on a second. Got to switch these around, and then there's one. Let's see here. Hang on. Now then, let's bring more light into the subject. So I know it's kind of a little bit crooked here, but it's the closest I could get my webcam for the moment. I'm going to have to kind of make some adjustments. So it's kind of a learning experience along the way. All right, so let's get going. Can everybody see okay? Is the lighting good for you? Tell me kind of what you feel like needs to be adjusted, if you will. The first thing I like to do when I have a brand new canvas, and this is just a canvas panel. I got this at Walmart. It comes in a pack of 3. They're very inexpensive. But whenever you buy them like this, they're usually pretty dry feeling. So I'm going to go ahead and put some gesso, just a little bit of gesso on here, just to help moisturize that panel, make it a little bit easier for the acrylic paint to whenever it comes onto the canvas, it won't just soak right into the dry canvas. We're going to moisturize it right off the get-go here, right out of the gate. You probably need just a little bit more. Sometimes I tend to over saturate, so there we go. And I like to just kind of put a paper towel down on my surface just to protect my surface. So please tell me how y'all are doing this morning. It's a little dark. Okay, let me bring it down just a little more, and hopefully that will make it better. I don't know why it's shining right on there. It may just be the way it's streaming. I'm not sure. All the lights are on. I'm double checking myself. Hopefully that's better. Okay, let's give this a dry. And then we're going to start kind of sketching in how we want this to look. So I'm kind of thinking about June is, I'm thinking about June coming up, and I think about my dad whenever it's June. It's his birthday in June, it's Father's Day. And so I'm from rural Western Kentucky. I currently live in Huntsville, Alabama, and I grew up on a farm. And when I think about my dad, I think about this old vintage Ford tractor that we had that was always there on the farm, always a part of our daily lives, that he would use to till the ground for gardens and to haul heavy things around the farm. We had these old wood beds that we would pull with the tractor, very heavy. Okay, let me see. I want to kind of put in a little bit of a background here, and I'm just going to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to just use some blues and some greens just to lay in kind of a background. And I'm looking to see what colors I want to use. I'm going to keep it pretty light. This is one of my favorites. It's Anita's acrylic paint. I really like the well, the word has left me. It's not too thick, it's not too thin. The concentration of it, I guess you might say. This is morning blue. I'm going to just use that for sort of a sky background. Oh, good. Thank you, Joy. I'm glad that's better. And I'm just going to kind of put some straight on the canvas because we don't have to have it any certain way. This is simply a background color. Get my brush back over here. And we don't have to be sure it's super covered because there's something else that's going to be going right in the forefront of this. So it's literally just sort of a foundation color. Okay. Oh, my light got in my way of my camera. Sorry about that. Just trying to, it looks like it's casting a glare, so I was trying to make some adjustments. Keep my brush clean. We're going to lay in some green colors in the bottom half of this. And I'm going to use something a little darker. Looking at my colors here to see kind of which direction I want to go. I want to keep it kind of bright, but not too over the top. I'm just going to give it a good deeper color. This is actually apple barrel paint in Christmas, Christmas green. I'll pull this up just a bit. I'm just going to put a little bit right here on the canvas. Oh, good. Thank you, Monica. I'm kind of just thinking about where my horizon line's going to be. One of the other things I think about too is when I was growing up on that farm, we had very rustic buildings. They're gone now, but we used to have what we called the stables. We've had a horse growing up, but we really didn't have a lot of farm animals. We've had cows. We had a horse at one time. Mainly we were just growing vegetables. And I mean a lot of vegetables. We would grow so much that would feed our family through winter or just every day in the summer. And then we would sell the excess out by the highway. And gosh, that was a long time ago. Okay, this is very rough, but that's okay. I want it rough. This is just a foundation. So we're going to dry this. I hope everyone is off to a good start this week. Well, Tracy, good morning, sweet friend. I'm so glad to see you this morning. Trying something a little different today. Okay, now I'm going to use one of my favorite tools, and this is called a friction pen. And in the description, I have a link where if you're interested in this pen, you can click right over and get the exact pen that I use. Let me get it a little closer so you can kind of see. Oh, it's not going to show up, is it? But it's a friction pen. It's by Pilot. It's spelled Frixion. And I love it. I cannot live without it. It's like my number one tool. Let me get a ruler here. Move some things out of the way. Excuse me. And so I want to kind of put in like a barn structure, what reminds me of the stables that we had back in that day. So I'm just going to lay in some lines. And actually, I want this to kind of run off the page. I don't want to have a lot of the sky left. I'm just going to kind of put in some roofing. Our stables, they were very typical for barn type structures back in that day. We're just putting in some lines just for some guidance and I'm thinking here, friends, thinking about my stables that we had growing up. We're going to kind of start. I know these are very simple lines. We're going to kind of start here. And I'm going to use sort of a mixture of some grays and some browns. Grab a palette here. And we're probably going to go a little dark on that brown. This is by Apple Barrel. It is a multi-surface paint, but chocolate sprinkle. And the main thing is I love the color. It's just the right shade of that deep brown. Get some of this on my palette. We're going to start here. We're just going to lay in some foundation work again for the stables that we're putting in here. Now keep in mind, these are rustic stables because this is from my childhood, these stables, thinking back to when I was growing up. So some of you who are younger than me are going to think, that's not stables like what we had in my time period. No, this is going back a little further to my growing up years. And we're just going to kind of lay in a foundation here. We had a pond. I don't even have any pictures of those stables anymore. I don't think. I'd have to really dig through the old photos to see if we had any pictures. I wonder if my sister might. I never really liked going in the stables. It was dark, but we used it just to put feed in and for when we did have some of those animals. So it looks like we're just painting in a dark brown square, and we are. We are. And I'm the kind of artist that I kind of have to see where the paint takes me. It's hard to explain, but it's like the paint begins to take its own life for me whenever I start sitting down and working through a project. It's like it has to tell its story. We used to keep a lot of our farm equipment, and again, it's the older farm equipment, y'all, not like what you'll often see in big farmers now, but this was just like our farm, our little farm. We had about, at one time it was a pretty big property, pretty big spread. At one time our family had about 500 acres, and just through time and generation it whittled down. So when I was growing up, I think there was probably, I don't know, 40 to 50 acres at that point. Okay, let's get this dry. There's Patricia. Joy says, my grandpa and dad built barns. Did they? Hello, my friend Patricia. You have to take your son to school. Oh, that is just fine. And you'll be able to catch the replay. Now, friends, once again, we will not be able to finish this today. This is looking very school-like. You know, what you used to paint in school. It's a lot of shape. But we're going to really bring this to life. I have a vision. We're really going to gray this up. Now, one thing I want to add before I get too far, we also had this side area that come over this far that was more like what you might think of as a carport, but we would pull the wagons up into this area and they would kind of just sit in there. You're probably thinking, how in the world is this going to look like anything? I promise you, it's going to look good. We're going to really make this come to life. Need a wider brush, I think. This is a size 11. Now, I don't claim to be a master at painting. I have my own approach, and this is just the way my brain works. So if you're an artist and you're thinking, no, that's okay. This is just how I do it. I like to paint from the background to the foreground. And then part of it is I kind of have to see how it kind of develops. Let me get some more of that brown. Again, this is Chocolate Sprinkle by Apple Barrel that I'm using right now. So if you're new to me, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and join us each time we're here. I'm going to put a little kind of awning here. Okay. All right, so let's get this nice and dry. There's Cheryl. Good morning. Joy says, in my grandpa's barn, we would build forts of the hay bales and play army. Oh, how fun. Oh, that's so fun. All right, so now I want to kind of think about where my door is. I'm going to go ahead and place that in. I'm going to just use some black. And this is by Apple Barrel. I do have professional grade paints that I use as well. Today, I'm just not dipping into those just yet. Let me get my brushes clean because I'm needing some of these brushes I've used. Let me get those other colors off. And I have in the description some of the supplies that I use. I get a lot of my supplies on Amazon and Hobby Lobby, sometimes Walmart. I did have to pick up these panels at Walmart this time. I had run out. I have a bulk order of them coming, but they just weren't here just yet. Okay, so my door, we're going to start with some black. And I'm thinking about the height. And I may wind up bringing my barn over a little bit. But for now, I'm just thinking here. It's going to go up through most of this. I said door. It's not the actual door. This is the entry. I should have worded that a little better. So if you guys would like to know when I'm live and where I'm live, I'm live every other day on YouTube and live every other day on Facebook. And you can find those links in my description. Would love for you to find me in either location. We will be doing different projects on each site, so it will be different content. We need that depth. We're going to bring some things to life on this too. Again, a lot of this is foundational work. It's kind of like building a house. You have to get your foundation. Sandy, good morning. So, Miss Cheryl, this is something, a memory from my childhood. This is so far what we called the stables back in the day. And I'm just having to serve on my memory here of the things that this was made. So it's very foundational, very much in the beginning of the project. Sandy said your granddad had an old open barn with areas on the side. Yes. Yeah, cool but scary. That's exactly how I felt. Yes, the snakes. Oh my goodness. Me too. Y'all, it's funny that you say that, Sandy. I can't wait to see it come to life too. I'm going to add an extension out here. I want this to be a little wider. And it is running off the page intentionally. This is really not the main focus of this piece. This is more of a background item that we're placing in here. It looks very kindergarten-like at this point. We're just blocking and staging everything. Okay, I'm going to let this dry on this side. And I'm going to come back over here to this side area. And we're going to start adding in some depth. And just kind of mixing together some browns and blacks to be kind of build in the depth of this side area, just like what Sandy was talking about. I did not really like playing in our stables, as we call them the stables, because like Sandy, I was always afraid of snakes, and it just seemed scary. It was very dark in there. Y'all, I still dream about these stables. I dreamed about it not too long ago. We're just kind of working in the black and blending it with this dark brown. That's this chocolate sprinkles color. Because I don't want it pure black. I want it very shadowy feeling. But I'm going to be a little more intense with the black over in this area. Okay. All right. Let's see how this is looking. Now I want to put in a door. We may begin to add that in after we get some of the siding. I want to kind of gray it up now. So I'm actually going to bring in some gray. Which one is this? Yeah, I'm actually going to use some rainy day gray. Shake it up a little bit. And what I'm planning to do is kind of add it in by itself, and then I'm going to also mix some of this brown with it. So we have like 3 different tones going on here. Uh-oh, what is that? Just some dried paint. Picked up on the bottom of my little plate. I'm going to start adding in some of the wood effects and features. And we're going to be very loose with it. Framing the door a little bit. We want it to have a weathered look. Turn this around a little bit. So a lot of times when I want to get some lines pretty straight, I will turn it this way just because it's easier on my hand. And we'll bring this color up off the canvas as well. Oops, sticking. Some dried paint sticking. There we go. Now I'm going to bring in a little more gray. And I'm going to use the very tip of my brush and just kind of work some of this in. And I'm being very light, trying to get a wood effect. And then after we get a lot of these light tones in, we'll come in and add some depth with a darker color. It's beginning to take shape. It is. It's just you got to get your foundations in there, kind of block it in. And it's a layering process. Just kind of scrubbing in this weathered look. I'm going to add that to the door frame. I'm going to turn this around so I can get this side done. Get this in good position. Let's see. Actually, I want to do these first. Trying to avoid that glare that the light gives. Come around this way. I'm beginning to see the rusticness of this begin to shape. Good morning, Mia. How are you today? Thank you for being here. And if any of you are watching the replay of this or you're just joining in, I would love for you to subscribe to this channel. And you can also get live notifications by going into the description and clicking on the link for my Telegram channel. Okay, let's kind of get our door frame done. Being very intentional with my door frame. Okay. Now I'm going to come in with some detail. And I'm actually going to use a lot of the same color with that chocolate sprinkle that we've used before in laying in our foundation. I'm going to pick some of that up, and we're going to start adding in some of the fine detail of this siding. And we don't have to worry about it being perfect, because whenever they built structures back then, nothing was ever really perfect. You see that siding really beginning. Um, Mia, I see you, sweet friend. I see your comments. Unless there's something else you may have shared. I see that you said good morning. Oh, I had got a lot going out. And then I see your question that you don't think your comments are coming through. Tell you what I can do. I just thought about this. Let me pull YouTube up on my iPad and see if I see other comments there. Hold on just a second. Let me find my YouTube. Hold on. Okay. So I've only seen 2 comments from you so far. Mia. Yes. Just making sure that what I can see here on my laptop through StreamYard is the same. Yeah, I don't see anything different. I so appreciate you guys being here with me this morning. And those of you watching the replay, I welcome you. Thank you for being here as well. It's so much more fun to paint with friends and conversation, isn't it? I'm going to bring some depth along the top of this doorpost too. Mia, was you Regina? You were in your granddaughter's YouTube. There you go, Regina. That's funny, girl. That is funny. So I'm adding some depth along these door frames. I'm going to get a little bit of water on my brush and I'm going to blend out. Too funny. So I just added some shadow work through there. I think this light is what's causing some glare. See if that helps. I'm going to turn this around. I need to put some on this side. Grab some water. I'm going to blend this out. Acrylic is water-based, so water is perfect for kind of blending things out and creating shadow. Okay, so now we need to add more depth, and I'm going to switch now to one of my other new favorite tools, and that is, I call it a micro brush. Is that the one? Let's see here. And it is actually a nail art brush. I think I need to clean it real quick. And I clean it with Murphy's oil soap. perfect for breaking up that paint. It gets down in between the bristles. Okay. These are very tiny lines that will come with this. So right now I'm going in with our same chocolate sprinkle, just adding some grain looking things to our boards. These brushes, they don't hold a lot of paint, so you have to come back in quite often and load them up. But it's just another I don't know, a depth, just another piece of detail. We are almost out of time for today, y'all. So if you're new to me, I sure would love for you to subscribe to my channel. And just so that you kind of know, I do work full time. And I come on here 6:45 every morning because that's really about the only time of day I have to go live. I help with my granddaughters in the afternoons and very busy stage of life. And I'm just going back in as this dries. I can kind of see where I want to add more detail. We're going to bring some black in this as well. That's going to really deepen that and make some of these other colors pop. So I'll be back here on day after tomorrow. Continuing work on this project. And you'll be able to see it come to life. These bristles on this brush are so fine that when you hear me scrape, I've just put too much pressure. But look how the difference that makes. Chatting on this, yes, it is Cheryl. It really is. It is different chatting on YouTube than it is on Facebook. So her graduation is this next Monday. Yesterday was her field trip to the Nashville Zoo, and we just made a family day of it. We didn't get home till almost 9 o'clock last night, but we had so much fun. It was really a great day. Coming in here with some black. Hello, Miss Vicky. You forgot to say hi. Oh, that's okay. I understand. It is different. Miss Cheryl was just making that comment. It is different. But I appreciate you guys being here with me, my Facebook friends being here to support me and to chat with me. I just love you guys and so appreciate y'all doing that for me. Put a little bit of black right up against that door frame and come back and add a little brown to it just to soften it. We want that shadow to make it look like it's dimensional. So I laid in some black and then kind of going over it with some of the same dark brown that we've been using, and just kind of building up that dimension through there. And I'm trying to add in the black that would kind of be the separator between the boards and the siding. So you can kind of see the difference between the left side and the right side of how it looks, and how each step of detail enhances. So we're going to come back over with some brown and just kind of touching it, just where it feels like the black might have been a bit heavy. You went to Cookeville, Tennessee yesterday. Yep, I know exactly where that is. Okay, so I think that's about all the time we have for today. Let me raise my light, and I'm going to bring myself back up here. Get my light to position. There we go. All right, let me get this fixed. I still have that light bar right in my face. But you guys, thank you so much for being with me today. Let me flip this. And I just appreciate y'all hanging out with me for a little bit. I will be back here day after tomorrow to continue work on this piece. It's really going to begin to take shape. It's all about the details. The details are what really brings it to life. So join me again day after tomorrow and see what the next step is for this piece. Thank you all. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you to my Facebook friends for coming here and being with me this morning. I so appreciate you guys. Y'all are just the best. So y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all in a couple of days, or you can come see me on Facebook tomorrow morning at this same time. Good night. Yeah, good day, friends. Sorry, I'm used to saying good night for some reason. But y'all have a great day. Love you all. Bye.